Hi everyone. Today we're bringing back another literal translation, but this is a little bit special. So I'm using Chinese words, but I don't know if they apply actually to all Chinese speaking community. I know for sure some of them only applies to Malaysian Chinese. So I will be giving colors to my fellow tomatoes, and they have to guess what other meaning do these colors have when used on a person.
Wow.
Ooh.
The first one is huang, which means yellow. So you use this on a person, you say, oh, he's so yellow. Sometimes you can also put it with some other words, but I won't give it to you yet. I'll give it to you as a hint later.
So I just have a question, if I'm allowed.
Yeah.
Yellow is being distinguished to gold.
Yes, it's different color.
I wanted to go with pure.
I'm gonna go with perverted because in Hungarian we say we use yellow as the color of jealousy, and then like out of your options I think perverted comes closest, so I'll pick that.
That is actually exactly what I was going to say, exactly for the same reason, because in French you would also say of someone, it comes, yeah, that's exactly what comes to my mind. I also thought initially precious, but then I think there would be more gold than yellow, so I'm going to stick to perverted.
So you use yellow to show jealousy or...
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay. So yellow is perverted.
Yeah.
So we usually say someone is yellow-minded, means they like to think about like naughty things,
Yeah,
adult
exactly.
naughty things.
I honestly did not think that would work out, but I guess it did.
Especially because you said you really think this, and then I thought we were wrong.
We use this very commonly. So we also say yellow jokes to mean like jokes with like sexual connotations. So the next one is hong, which means red.
I would go straight to lucky.
Me too.
But based on what I know of the sort of Chinese influence with red being a colour that's associated to luck, I think.
I did not know that, but I don't want to steal your answer, so I'm just gonna go with the first one I thought I could go with, which is knowledgeable. And I have no explanation for that, I just random picked it.
Interesting. Okay, so the color red is very interesting. If you use it alone on a person, it means this person is very famous.
Oh.
So yeah, so when we want to talk about celebrity, for example, we use the word hong, which is red. But I also see how you will understand it as lucky, but that is when you are referring to the color on things, not like describing someone.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a very small like nuance, but I like it. Next one, we have lu, which means green. This is the word that prompted me to this idea of literal translation of Malaysian Chinese colors.
I think it's being blessed, and that is based on my extensive knowledge of Middle Age paintings and their color coding, where women were often portrayed in green clothing when they were with a child.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Good
I
comment
paid
on it.
attention in school.
I'm still a little bit torn in all directions. Just because in French it would have a completely different I mean, it would be closer to the idea of being cheated on or being scammed. But then I kind of wanted to think that maybe green could also be a positive.
So I have no idea, because obviously the English green is someone's jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really help me here.
Oh, I think it does.
In French, it's actually like vert de rage. It's like you're actually angry because you've been kind of misled. So then it would be more like being scammed. But it could also be being cheated on, then leads you to being angry and because you've been misled.
I'm going to say being gifted something nice because you were jealous of other people and then you finally got it.
I love that.
And Emma, your final answer will be?
I'm gonna go with being scammed, but I would be more torn between being scammed and being blessed.
Okay.
I'm just
I like that. All of you picked an answer and none of you picked the right one.
Oh no!
no.
Being
So it is
cheated on.
being cheated on. It is very hard for me to find the right word, so this is the best representation. We use this on most of the time men, but nowadays I've also seen it used on women when their other half is cheating on with someone else on them. Let's say you found some other guy and then your boyfriend, we will say he is green and he's green from head to toe. And so never give a Chinese guy a green hat, because that is where this green representation came from. The original phrase was to wear a green hat.
So if we go back to the medieval interpretation of paintings, does that mean all the women were being cheated on? Do we have to read our interpretation?
If they would have been painted in China then,
Yeah,
and not in Europe.
The next one should be the easiest of the lot. It's hate, which is black.
I think that you put evil and depressed there because you thought that we would pick that. So I don't think it's those two. I think it's unfriendly.
I kind of like your thinking, but then I would go more for unlucky than unfriendly.
We're covering all
like-
grounds.
I'm going to go the one you clicked on, so I'm going to go with evil.
That was honestly an accident. But the answer is unlucky.
Oh!
Am I
So-
going right?
This is interesting. When you say this, this doesn't come from Mandarin. It comes from Cantonese, which is also commonly spoken in Malaysia. So we just use it in Mandarin speaking as well. We say someone is black means we're unlucky. This could be like, you know, when you have a series of unfortunate events, you'll say, "Oh, I'm so black today." It sounds kind of weird saying out in English because that sounds so.
It sounds really wrong.
Yes, that is inappropriate. I shouldn't say that. But you can use it as evil if you put the word heart after the word black. So black-hearted is evil.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. I can see that.
Next one, we have a combination of colors. We have black-blue, or more like black-blue-green. 黑青.
I think that a bruise is your trick, because in English you're saying I'm black and blue.
I think
Okay.
that too.
I think that's, you have too many tricks, which means I think the wound is also a trick. I'm going to go with the bad surprise.
I'm going with that too, and exactly
So
the
am
same
I.
reasoning as Ashley.
I'm following your reasoning, Ashley. You've convinced me totally.
What if I tell you in Malaysia, whenever we want to refer to this thing, we also say the term blue-black?
That doesn't really change anything.
Like,
No, I'm sticking with the bad surprise.
Yeah, me too. I think Nelvin's trying to trick me even more.
I just don't trust you anymore. with
That wouldn't be
these
surprising.
at the one time, this is so straightforward.
There is a bruise.
Bruise.
options. Yes, but this just shows everyone how much you trick us normally.
We cannot
That's
true. Trust you, Nelvin. That's all.
So this one comes from black and blue, but because we also say it like this in Mandarin, and it got back translated to English, so we will just say blue-black. The last one is four words. 大红大紫, which means bright red and bright purple, basically, or big red, big purple.
Purple. I can't think what bright purple.
Notorious. Because you said red was famous, and that kind of goes with notorious. Yeah.
I think it's outstanding because bright and purple are quite contrasting colors. So if you put them together, something will definitely pop out. Would look terrible, I guess, but it would pop out.
I'm very confused because I can find an explanation for all of them. I'm just going to go for being in a festive mood. But now I'm still thinking it could be severely injured. I don't know.
Okay.
Being in a festive mood.
One of you is right. The answer is outstanding. So actually, you're in the right way. So red is popular, and actually bright red, bright purple can also describe like successful. like an outstanding member of something, usually also either celebrity or like someone that is successful. I think that's the best explanation I can get. Like, I love these sessions because it just lets me see how you're thinking and over-analyzing my options.
Well, we can tell that you spend a lot of time thinking about how you can best trick us.
Yeah.
Just a question though, is there anything with just purple?
I tried to think about it. I wanted to put something that's just purple, but I couldn't find it.
Okay.
In Hungarian, we have
I like it
one.
so much. Because it doesn't have
Really? Alright then, so we hope that you learned something from this video, and for those of you at home, how many did you guess correct?
Terima kasih karena menonton video ini. Kami harap Anda menikmatinya.
Bagilah video ini satu like, komen, dan kongsikanlah video ini dengan keluarga dan rakan-rakan anda.
Maukah Anda menonton lebih video lagi? Pilihlah dari playlist yang mengandungi video-video yang serupa.
Jangan lupa untuk subscribe kepada channel kami dan tekan butang lonceng untuk menerima notification mengenai video baru.